Sean Brokeboy Yarbrough, the founder of Brokeboy Taco, the most famous tacos in New Zealand. What separates Brokeboy Taco from the rest?
Arguably the most influential chef in New Zealand. It's not about the money. I got into it because I was obsessed with birria. And I just wanted to make the best birria on the planet.
Why NZ, bro?
Fell in love with a Kiwi. I opened at 5, but that day at 4 p.m., I walked out the front and there was like lines of people already. Is there some event going on? And they was like, hell no, we're here for you. Just do what you believe in and cross your fingers, my boy. Once you have one viral moment, it snowballs.
From your story, you had this phase in your life where you were drinking a lot, you were homeless. Was there like a particular event or situation or moment for you where you were like, I need a change?
Bro, you're way intense, man. You're kind of scaring the out of me.
Yeah.
Man. I could go a little deeper. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
Kia ora everyone, Zach and Jake here from The Martin Show. Just a friendly reminder to please subscribe to our channel. It helps the channel more than you know, and it gives us more opportunity to be able to bring great guests. We appreciate all the love we have received in 2024. 2025 is going to be a massive year. Enjoy all the episodes coming up, whānau. Macha aroha. To the moon. Sean Brokeboy Yarbrough.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to the show, brother.
Thank you, bro.
No, man, let's get it. The founder of Brokeboy Taco, the main man behind the scene. Bro, what's the slogan at the moment? The most famous tacos in New Zealand.
That's correct.
Bro, honestly, I don't think it's just the tacos though, bro. I think you've built like one of the most famous food brands in the country.
Yeah, it's weird, eh?
I wouldn't say it's weird, but I had a look at the Laneway Festival, and you know how they have the lineup announcement. Yeah. They even had the announcement for the food and beverages, and there was some big dog brands on there. There was Shakeout was on there. There was I know you did a collab with Duck Island, the ice cream. They were on there. Atomic Coffees. There was other taco places, and it was at the top.
Yeah, your boy.
Yeah, brother, Brokeboy Taco was there.
Yes, sir.
My first question is, because you've obviously built the credibility, the reputation's there. What do you think separates you guys? What separates Brokeboy Taco from the rest, in your opinion?
Yeah, I don't know. I get this question a lot, bro. I get like, well, obviously I wasn't the one who invented tacos here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody's always like, so what is it about you that makes everybody makes Kiwis go nuts? I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a combination of everything, right? It's a combination of, I'm not from here, and I'm obviously I'm from the South. There's not a lot of people from the South here. And then I really know how to make good Mexican food, but I'm a white boy. You know what I mean? And people are like, what's going on with that? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then they actually taste the food and it's actually good. So I think it's, I think it's just a combination of all that, man. That whenever I first started, I was in Ponsonby. And Ponsonby is you don't see a lot of motherfuckers looking like me walking around in Ponsonby, you know what I mean? So people were just like, what the fuck's going on with this kid? You know? And then I think people was just intrigued by that. And then obviously my story, I told my story a couple times. And it's not very common in Auckland to have an upbringing like that and grow up like that. So I think people are kind of intrigued by that. I think it's just a combo of stuff, man.
Yeah.
And the tacos are yummy.
Yeah, the proof
helps.
is there all day.
Yeah.
Well, before we dive into more of the business side, let's get to know a little bit more about Sean, about your story. So what do we need to know about you, bro, to know a little bit more about who you are and the life that you've lived?
I keep it a buck, man.
Yo.
I just say, it's the reason why I named it Broke Boy is because I felt like, especially when I moved here, I was like, man, I can't really relate to a lot of these dudes. People I was hanging out with, you want to go on my yacht and shit? And I'm just like, what the fuck? What's a yacht? You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? And then I just can't relate to a lot of it. I'm not saying it's bad to be, people grew up around money and grew up in private schools and shit. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I can't relate to it.
Yeah.
And I just had a very different upbringing, and it took me to come here and be in a place where I felt like I was around a lot of privileged people to really recognize and be like, damn, I'm not really, you know what I mean? I was cut from a kind of a different cloth than this. And, you know, that's kind of how I identify more now.
Yeah, wow.
Is that you know, I really represent where I'm from. And I mean, I got Kentucky tattooed across my forehead because that feels to me like, you know, I'm from a different place, you know, and that's, I wear it with pride. I'm real proud of it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's essentially who you are, right? Well,
yeah, bro.
You mentioned upbringing. How would you describe your upbringing, those earlier years?
Probably, yeah, man, not very tight. Let's just say that. Yeah. I mean, obviously growing up, I had a lot of fun and I was running around in the streets and I was doing everything, getting with girls and acting up and smoking weed and smoking cigarettes and skipping school. I was just having fun doing whatever I want. But obviously, whenever I got older, I was like, look back on some of the things that I had seen or been through or done when I was young. And I was just like, damn, man, that like you probably shouldn't have been seeing that type of shit when you was that young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not normal. Like some of the shit I told my girl, and she was like, she just kind of like looked at me in a blank stare. And I was like, what? And she's like, bro, that's sad. Like, do you not realize that's fucking sad? And I was like, no, I guess I didn't, man. I guess it was just kind of, you know, something that was crazy that happened. You know what I mean? And she's like, no, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, and it took her to be like, nah, that's just not tight. It's not
normal.
That's not normal. Yeah. So like, obviously getting older and shit made me realize some of the things. And I think everybody do this. I ain't no special story. You know what I mean? I think as everyone gets older, they kind of look back and go, damn, man, like that wasn't right. You know what I mean? Like what's going on there? And, yeah, I mean, it just is what it is, but I don't hold on to my past like that. I'm real happy of the person that I've become and how successful I've become and the fact that I've started to achieve my dreams. And yeah, I would have never thought in a million years I'd be in New Zealand.
Yeah, wow.
Never.
Yeah, bro. Bro, what are like the major differences between, and culturally from being raised in America, in Kentucky, compared to, I guess, the New Zealand culture? What are like some of the significant differences?
That's a great question, man. I think just everybody, I feel like anytime I see somebody going to school in Auckland, they got a fucking, they're all dressed up and shit. I never saw that in Kentucky. Everybody was wearing, you know, just overalls and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo.
I mean, other than that, like everybody eats pies and shit here. I never had a pie with fucking meat in it. The pies that I was eating was apple pies and pumpkin pies. You know what I mean? I wasn't eating fucking meat pies. That's like I feel like I'm in like the medieval ages. You know what I mean? Like eating fucking meat and potato pie. Yeah, man. But nah, there's some similarities too.
Bro, speaking of pies then, let's go to the food. How did your cooking journey start? How did that all start?
You talking about when I was young?
Yeah, bro.
Oh shit. Yeah, man, I'll bring it back. So like I never like grew up. Like I'm no savant, you know what I mean? A chef. Like I've been fucking since I was 8 years old. I've been fucking cooking. None of that shit. Nothing. I was just like, I think I was like 17. You know what I mean? And I remember when I was 17, I cut open an avocado for the first time, and I was trying to cut through it. I was like, what the fuck is in the middle of this damn fucking fruit? And I was trying to cut it. Because I told my homeboy, I was watching TV and I was like, it was like, oh yeah, man, like my favorite sandwich is a turkey and avocado. And I was like, ooh, what the fuck is an avocado? I swear to God, I was like 17 and I was cutting through that. I was like, come on, motherfucker. And then there was a big ass fucking rock in the middle of it. And I was just like, dude, what the fuck? And then I remember I was gonna make one for my buddy. I was like, oh yeah, man, you want a turkey and avocado sandwich? And he was like, that sounds fancy. Hell yeah, I want one. And I was like, hell yeah. So I tried to make him one. And then I was so embarrassed that I fucked it all up that I walked in and I just handed him a turkey sandwich. And I was like, yeah, the avocado was all fucked up, bro. And he was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, it was bad or something. But I fucking was trying to cut through it. Like I was never I mean, I knew how to make like cereal and shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
peanut butter jelly. You know what I mean?
Normal things again.
Yeah, peanut butter jelly. Grew up on PB&Js. But nah, man, I used to sit around in my trailer, man, and I would watch Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
I
wow.
would watch Gordon Ramsay, man, and there was something about that dude that he was just, I mean, maybe it was like he was a father figure almost, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He was just real adamant, and he was there to help people and help them succeed, but he was very stern.
Yeah.
And he was like, listen, quit fucking around. This is how you got to do it. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make you successful.
Mm.
And that to me, something was huge. It was really something I admired. And I was like, you know what? I could see myself doing shit like that. You know what I mean? I could see myself fucking, I want to be helped like that. And I would love to help other people like that.
Oh my God.
And I just really took a lot of inspiration from that, man. And I didn't know what I wanted to be. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I just knew that I wanted to be something. You know what I mean? And I saw him doing that, and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to cook. I don't know how to cook. I'm gonna learn how to cook. And yeah, it was late in life, and I didn't really realize it. Even when I was cooking, I wasn't in love with it. You know what I mean? I wasn't super passionate about it. I was just like, you know, the biggest perk to me was I get free food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was poor as hell. I get to eat for free. And then the second perk was like, it's a trade skill, so it's everywhere. You can go anywhere in the world and people will need a cook. So I was like, fuck, hell yeah, let's rock.
Yeah, bro.
And yeah, man, it was just that's pretty much it. I was never like some savant or born to do this. I just took it up because I was poor and I wanted some money and I wanted some food, and I saw somebody doing it on TV, and I was inspired by it.
Yeah, bro. No, I love that. We were talking a little bit off camera about the whole mentorship and fatherhood experiences. Do you feel like you were or are someone that's always craved like male influence?
Nah, hell no.
No?
Nope. I really haven't, man.
Yeah.
And I know that because, you know, my sister and shit, she had, whenever we was growing up, she was telling me shit like that. Like, fuck, man, you know, I wish I had a dad, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, fuck a dad. You know what I mean? Like, what do we need a dad for, man? We got mom, and mom is like both. My mom was both. My mom was my mom and my dad. She would tell me this, tell me that, and, you know, cook the food and then wash the dishes and then tell me to clean my room type shit. But I never gave a fuck.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't need none of that mattered to me because I had my mom, and my mom filled both of them voids for me.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Can resonate with that a lot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it's not until, when did you start cooking tacos then? Was that in the States?
Nah, that was in Kentucky. Not in Kentucky. That was in San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay. So you learned the trade there.
But I wasn't cooking tacos professionally. I was doing it because I wanted some tacos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're learning, I guess, the trade there, or just what you enjoy.
Yeah.
And then it's not until March of 2021 where you decide to move to New
I
Zealand.
moved here. Yeah.
Why NZ, bro? What was the reason for coming here?
My fiance, she a Kiwi.
Yeah, straight off the bat, just she
Fell
said,
in love.
yeah.
Fell in love with a Kiwi.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. She so yeah, we met in San Fran. We met in SF when she was there. She was only there for like 6 months or something. And she was only there for like she was doing some college shit, some art school there. And then within 2 weeks of her being there, I had met her.
Yeah.
And then we started dating, hanging out and shit. And then she was like, I don't want a relationship. And I was like, no, I'm good. You know, me neither, you know, type shit. I just want to, you know, have some fun, party. And then we ended up like, it's one of the things, you know, they say like love, like it just shows up. When you're looking for it, you ain't going to find it, but it'll just pop up type shit.
Wow.
And that's really how it happened, man. And we was both like, you know, look, we had this convo, bro. We were like, we're not looking for a serious relationship. I'm only here for a few months. And I was like, cool, all gravy. I'm doing my own thing. I'm a fucking, you know. And then we just, fell in love. We liked it, you know. There was everything about each other that we liked. And she ended up moving to SF, getting a visa, moving to SF. And then we stayed for, I think, 3 or 4 years until her visas ran out. And then she was like, my visas ran out. I have no options.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to go back to New Zealand. So I was like, let's rock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think she's contributed to your success?
Hell no. Nope, it's all me. Nah, yeah, of course she has, man.
Yeah.
Without her, I wouldn't even be in this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's more than that, bro. I've been running around all my life. You know, I'm solo in the streets, running around, doing my own thing. I was never really at home. You know what I mean? I was always out in the streets on my own. And it wasn't until I met this girl until I was like, I didn't really feel alone anymore. I didn't feel solo anymore. Mm. Like when I met this girl, I was like, I feel like I've got somebody by my side. And I never felt like that in my life. And I think, I met a lot of people in this world and I've never felt like that. So I knew pretty immediately, man, like, damn. Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Shout out to Amy.
Big shout out, Amy. Huge.
Yeah, bro. And it's not until, so you arrive in New Zealand, March 2021, and then I remember seeing somewhere that it wasn't until September of 2021 that you start cooking tacos in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about this 2-year journey from the end of 2021 to when you first open the restaurant of 2023. So in this 2-year journey, what's going on in that journey, bro? So you decide to do pop-ups. You were working. Where were you working? Like, yeah, let's go there.
So I'll run it back for you, bro. So this is what happened, man. I was cooking at this restaurant called Ralph's, which is on Dominion Road. It's a burger joint. And I was working like 15, 20 hours a week. I just wanted to chill. I wasn't trying to work my ass off and climb a ladder. I just wanted to chill. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm in a new country. I just want to fucking see around. I want to make a little money on the side and just kick it.
Yo.
And, you know, I was chopping it up with my boss, Mikey, and he was like, what do you miss most about America, bro? And I was like, shit, I miss the fucking Mexican food, man. Like, y'all ain't got nothing out here. And he was like, hell yeah. He's like, well, do you know how to cook Mexican food? I'm like, I reckon I do, yeah. So he was like, why don't you show up tomorrow and cook us some fucking Mexican food then? And I was like, okay. Showed up the next day and cooked them some tacos. And he was like, you know, they was eating it and they was just like, bro, you got to fucking quit your job. We don't have this shit here. Mm. And I'm like, what do you mean you ain't got it here? He's like, I've never tasted anything like this. We don't got this here. Yo. You got to sell this. And I was like, for real? You think people buy it? And he was like, bro, I swear to God, people buy it. And I was like, what? I'm like, for real? And he was like, yes. So I was like, oh shit. But I told him, I go, look, bro, like that seems tight.
Yeah.
But how do I do that? How am I going to do that? I don't have a car. I don't have a fucking grill. I don't have a place to cook. I have nothing. How am I going to do that? And he goes, well, look, we close on Sundays. We'll open up on Sundays and I'll be here and we'll get Shelly in here and she'll take orders and whatever you sell, you keep.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck, for real? And he was like, yes. So I was like, okay, bet. So I showed up. Well, first I had fucking told my boy, I'm like, shit, what do I do? And he's like, well, there's this guy named Baby G Burger. Have you heard of that guy?
Baby G Burger, no.
Yeah. He was like, there's this dude, Baby G Burger. And he's got a following on fucking social media, but he just cooks burgers out of his house.
Yeah.
And I was like, for real? So he showed me his Instagram. This dude had like 10K followers.
Wow.
And he was cooking burgers out of his house. So I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, shit, first thing I got to do is make an IG. Mm. So I made an Instagram and my homeboy was like, what are you going to name it? I'm like, shit, I don't know, man. Like maybe I name it Hot Boy Taco. And he was like, why? And I was like, oh, cause I fuck with the hot boys, you know what I mean? And he was like, nah, man, that shit. He's like, if anything, name it Rich Boy Taco. Cause it's going to make you rich. And I was like, yeah, bro, but I ain't rich. I'm broke. Wow. And he goes, well, then name it Broke Boy Taco. So I fucking I typed in the name on Instagram and it said available. So I just pressed okay. And then I made a post and was like, hey, I'm going to be making some tacos. And then my homeboy Mikey shared the post on Ralph's Instagram that had like 5K followers. And then I showed up on Sunday. I cooked the food and like 40 people showed up. And then the next time I did it, like 80 people showed up. And then the next time like 150 showed up. And then I was like, oh shit, I was starting to make some bread. One day I made like fucking $800. And I was like, hell yeah, it's on. I used to make this in a week. Now I'm making it in a day. It's on now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was just, I went and got a hot plate on Trade Me for like $200. You know what I mean? And I was like, it's official, like a ref with a whistle now.
Yeah, brother.
You know what I mean? So I took that flat top and I walked around to different restaurants and I said, hey, look, are you open on Sundays? And some of them said, no, we ain't open on Sunday. I said, look, let me pull up with my grill. I'll cook some food all my own. I'll clean all my own and I'll give you 10% of what I make. And they go, okay. And then from there, I was like, shit, I got the recipe now.
Yeah, brother.
You know what I mean? So I started making some cash. And then I just wanted to make some videos about it, you know what I mean? But this is what I do so I could get the word out. And then I made a video. And then one day I went to sleep. And then the next day I woke up to like hundreds of messages. And then I looked at my phone and that video that I posted the night before had like 250,000 views.
Oh my God.
Overnight. And I was just like, oh shit. What am I going to do now? I was just fucking like, I was the only one cooking and I only had enough for like 50 people. And then that day at like 4 p.m., bro, I open at 5. But that day at 4 p.m., I go outside to go get some fucking cilantro or coriander, y'all call it.
Yeah.
And then I was fucking walked out the front and there was like lines of people already. And I was like, what the fuck are y'all, like, is there some event going on? And they was like, hell no, we're here for you. And I was like, what? So I was like, oh no. And then I immediately started calling everybody I know, hey man, I need help. Can you come? Bro. And then from there, man, it took off like wildfire. Yeah. It's one of them things that once you have one viral moment, it snowballs and it as long as you don't fuck it up, you know what I mean? It snowballs.
That's exactly what I'm hearing, bro. I'm hearing a snowball, like a snowball of momentum. But you were like making it happen. Yeah. You know, you went out, got the grill. You were doing things that make it happen. I feel like for a lot of people, there'll be a lot of people listening that are in like the how it started phase. You know,
yeah. You know, a lot of people.
Yeah, bro. They could be in their first year. They could even be 5 years and still be in that how it started phase. My question is, how do you think, what enabled you to sort of keep going and get out of that how it started phase? Because now look at where you've gone now.
I think the real difference is, bro, is I have been in this position my whole life. I have never been in a position that I've had a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I've always been in a position where I feel like I'm crawling up the mountain and that never, like I'm used to it. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to that type of adversity.
Yeah.
So, and as you know, adversity is good for you.
Yeah, brother.
Adversity is good for you. Struggle is good for you, man. It makes you, it's part of life and it's needed if you want to be successful. So if you're going through shit, it's good. It might not seem it now, but it's good. It sculpts you. And that really going through all that all my life has prepared me for, it's not easy when you start this shit. People tell you, you ain't going to make it. You can't do it. People eat your food. They say this shit is trash. Oh, well, you're a white boy cooking Mexican food. I would never, this, that, and the other. You have to have thick skin and you have to be tough and you got to believe in yourself to keep fucking going. You know what I mean? Of course, there's days you wake up and you're like, man, can I do this again, man? Like I lost money yesterday. Can I fucking keep doing it? You got to keep doing it.
Yeah, brother.
You got to keep doing it.
Wow. I feel like for you were, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I feel like you were never scared to fail.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, but I want to talk about success because a lot of people are afraid of success.
Oh, yeah? Okay, let's talk.
Do you feel like you were scared of success?
Hell no.
Nah?
I've been dreaming about being successful my entire life, bro. For real.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, man. Like I've just been praying and, I don't even want to say praying because I'm not spiritual or religious, but I've just been like trying to figure it out, like before I die. It's like get rich or die trying. It really is like that, bro, because whenever everybody was thinking about, in my school, we're in my neighborhood, people was thinking about like, oh, you know, when I'm 16, I want to buy a car, blah, blah, blah. You know, they was thinking about that. I was thinking about like for real, like, oh man, I hope I make it to fucking 16, 17.
Yeah, wow.
Type shit. Like for real. I'm not just saying that.
No, day.
You know, so it's just a matter of perspective, bro. You know, to me, this isn't like everybody always asks me, man, you got this, that, and the other. You're dealing with this amount of money and everybody knows you. Isn't it stressful? Isn't it stressful? Hell no, it ain't stressful. Stressful is not knowing what you're gonna eat tomorrow, type shit. That's stressful. This is difficult. Yeah. But it's not stressful. There's a big difference.
Wow. Yeah. I love that, brother. So you were in those were like your trench years. Well, you've had a lot of trench years, as you're saying, building up to where you are now. I believe it's the 18th of October, 2023.
Yes.
You open your restaurant. Your first restaurant, you know, your first one.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy to me. Since then, it's a year and a half. It's only a year and a half.
Yep.
I feel like you've been dominating the scene for so long now, but my question is, do you feel like you're moving fast or too fast in your mind?
I would say I'm moving fast as fuck. I'm moving my ass. But I'm only moving my ass, bro, because like I feel like for 35 years, 36 years, I've been trying to figure it out. Like I'm never, ever, ever, I am not going to give up an opportunity, right? And that's all I wanted. That's all I've ever wanted. All I've ever wanted was a motherfucking opportunity, bro. And now that I've got it, even though I got it late in life, I'm going to die for it. I'll put everything I got into it. I'm not going to let this one slide. So, every day I wake up like 5 a.m. I go to sleep at like 1. And it's just get it done, man. I ain't got no time to spare now.
Yeah. A year and a half, roughly, since the first restaurant's been open. There's been a lot of green lights, a lot of wins.
Yeah.
What have been some of your biggest learnings or realizations in that year and a half that people may not have seen or not be aware of? Maybe some of not the wins.
Yeah.
Has there been anything that stands out for you in that year and a half?
Yeah, man. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, it's every single day something. Somebody calls you, or you know, an employee has, you know, I can't show up to work, or you know, this bill wasn't paid, or you know, oh well, you know, we were working on a trailer, but we accidentally did this and fucked it up, and now we got to talk to insurance. It's always something. But I think the biggest thing that I've found is you know, I used to be able to cook it all myself, serve it all myself, take all the orders myself. I clearly can't do that no more. I literally, it's not possible, you know? So I've had to train people and, you know, put my faith in other people. And sometimes, you know, that ends up going by the wayside because some people, you know, people are people, man. People make mistakes, and sometimes people think they can do something better than you, and they ignore you and do it themselves, and they do it wrong. And then I get reviews that reflect that, you know what I mean? And it's like people have eaten a product that's not even mine, but an employee made it differently because they thought they wanted it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, it's hard to keep your thumb on top of it all. It's hard to keep to keep your hand on the pulse, but it's just time management, bro. Like you have to learn. This it's not just as easy, bro, because people will fucking chop it up with me. Yeah. And just go, hey man, like, yeah, man, like, fuck, man, the tacos are so good. So all I got to do is cook some good food, and then we're off to the races. And I'm like, no, it is a million things you got to do correct, bro. A million things. And it's not just fucking, I'm famous and you know, arguably the most influential chef in New Zealand because I make some yummy tacos. That's not it at all. It's a lot of shit. And bro, you're way intense, man. You're kind of scaring the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, you're grunting at me and shit. I know this is hyping you up, but I'm like, oh, Jesus
bro,
Christ.
I'm loving this, bro.
Yeah, how long is this fucking podcast? I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
Careful, bro. Careful.
No. Yeah, But nah, it's, you got to do everything, bro. You got to do it all, man. And yeah, it's, you can't fuck up. Obviously, people make mistakes, like I said, and not everything will go perfect, but you can't let it get to you. A lot of people, something will go wrong, or they'll fuck something up, or they'll go to shake somebody's hand, but that person went to bump their hand, and then they're embarrassed, and it fucks their whole day. You can't do that. You got to just fucking be, oh, yep, all good, yeah, we bumping, and then move on. Yeah, type shit, and you can't let stupid shit get you down. There's a lot of people online and all that. I mean, I read the comments sometimes with people talking shit, and it just is what it is, man. Not everyone in life is going to like you, regardless of what you wear or what you say or how your food tastes. It just is what it is, and you got to accept that and move on, man, and keep it pushing. Yeah, and the quicker you can do that, the better, right? Yeah, but big time. You just announced recently the Sicken restaurant. What can you tell us about that, brother? Yeah, Birkenhead. I call it Berkey. I'm fucking excited, man. Yo. I've always wanted, like, I've always told everybody, they're like, whenever I opened my first shop, they was like, oh my God, man, what's it like? What's it like to achieve your dreams? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't achieved my dreams, Like, my dream is to have 50 of them, 100 of them. Yeah. That's my dream, man. So we opened our second location. And this is really like, I'm putting my foot in the door of that dream to open 50 or 100. And it's I wouldn't say I'm nervous about it, because I know, like, but there is that side of it, because everybody wants just to be accepted and shit, type shit. You know what I mean? And I think most people out there fuck with me. You know what I mean? So I'm not tripping. And Birkenhead is a cool ass spot. I love the North Shore. Yeah, I fuck with the North Shore. I fuck with the South too. I really wanted to go down to like Manariwa and fucking Otara and shit. Yeah. I fuck with that, dude. Like, that's probably my favorite place is like, Otara and Manariwa. It make me feel like I'm back at home, man. It's comforting whenever I go down there. It's comfortable. Yeah, brother. I feel like I relate to the people down there and shit. And I feel like, actually, they remind me of my family, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. On that note, one of the stories I heard that I loved about you, bro, was in regards to choosing or selecting the locations of your restaurants. When you were looking in Ponsonby, Ponsonby for the Mount Albert store, and you felt Ponsonby was a little bit too glamorous or way too posh. Yeah, bro. You call it, bro. Same thing on the shore. When you're looking on the shore, I saw something about you looking at Takapuna. Yeah. Same thing, a bit polished. Yeah. And so you went to Birkenhead, and I think that speaks volumes of who you are as well, and staying true to your own values. Pretty early on, bro, I got offers before I even had a shop or anything. I had offers like this one dude came up and he was like, "Hey, we're building a big giant." Fucking, what do you call it? The place, or a brewery, place where people drink beer and shit. Yeah. And he was like, we're building a giant brewery, and then there's going to be a spot, and we want you to be in there, and that'll be your first broke boy. And I'm just like, he's like, it's not going to cost you anything. It'll be totally free. Like, it's blah, blah. And I was like, most people would have take that. Yeah. Like, oh, hell yeah. Like, we're off to the races then, man. But like, it's not my dream to cook inside of a brewery. You know what I mean? Just like it's not my dream to be like in a fucking shopping mall in a rich part of a neighborhood. I can't really relate to that type shit. And of course I would make a bunch of money. Rich people have a bunch of money and they like to spend it. Cool. I would make a shit ton of money, but that don't matter to me. That's one of the things that people don't understand, man. I be talking to people. People ask me questions all the time. Oh man, like, this happened so fast for you, bro. Like, oh my God, you guys, like, you made it. You did it in a year and a half. How do I make money fast like that? And I'm like, it's not about the fucking money. I never got into this because of the money. I got into it because I was obsessed with fucking birria. And I just wanted to make the best birria on the planet. And I cared about it, and I cared about the culture behind it, and I respected the people who originated it, and I wanted to represent that. I wanted this to be my love letter to them. Yeah. And that's why I did it. I didn't do it because, I want a fucking Lambo. I mean, I do, but I didn't do it because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people ask me like, hey, how to do this? How can I get rich quick? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just do what you believe in and cross your fingers, my boy.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Staying true to you, hey.
Yeah, man. And it goes all the way down to, opening up, doing shit for money grabs. I'm not opening broke boys and selling franchises for money grabs. I'm doing it because, which I could do probably, but I'm doing it the way that I want to do it because I know that it'll work out in the end if I do. That's all.
Do you feel like you're just getting started?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Like you said, man, somebody asked me the other day, they're like, oh, so like, well, how did Broke Boy do in the States? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I got this started. I started doing this I think I registered the business in November of 2022.
Wow.
Is when I technically started the business.
Yeah.
November of 2022 is when I registered it with the New Zealand Business Committee or whatever. And before that, I was just cooking shit on the side of the road. This is new to me too.
I want to talk a little bit about change for a second because from your story, which I've heard you mentioned, you had a phase in your life where you were drinking a lot.
Oh, hell yeah.
You had a phase in your life where you were homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So you've had these certain phases where you're, sort of in the trenches as such. Was there like a particular event or situation or moment for you where you were like, fuck, I need a change here. I need to make some changes.
Oh, there was multiple of those, bro.
Yeah.
Multiple of those. Almost every day.
Wow.
Almost every day you would wake up, or I would wake up and be like, fuck, man, I got to stop. Almost every day I would think that. But then I would think like, why would I stop? Fuck it. What do I got? It's just that like addict mentality that, and almost a loss of hope, bro. I've been struggling for so long, for all my life. And, just starting to realize like the shit that happened to me when I was young, getting a gun in your fucking face when you're like 9, all that type of shit is not normal shit. You know what I mean? So, that was just my way of self-medicating. And I think that's a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people do that. Not everybody drinks because they're fucking, happy and they just want to drink with fucking, dinner.
Yeah.
It's a way to deal with shit. You know what I mean? And I think we're all human beings, bro. Everybody's gone through some shit. Everyone's gone through some shit. Everybody's cried and struggled and maybe not for as long as other people, but everybody has, man. It's part of the human condition is figure out how we dealing with all these emotions and things that have happened, things that, people have taken advantage of you or what, man. It's just, it is what it is.
What made you take that first step? What helped you with making that change, that first step to bettering yourself and your life?
It's a lot of little things combined. You know what I mean? It's just like success. Failure is the same thing. It's a lot of small things. It's never one thing that causes you to fail. It's you doing a lot of small things that are causing you to fail. Yeah. And for me, it was to turn my life around. I was in a new place. I was in New Zealand. I was in a brand new country. Ain't nobody know me. I didn't know anyone. I wanted a fresh start and quite literally a fresh start. And, obviously my girl who's been supporting me since I met her, she deserves something more than me just fucking sitting around and drinking and just fucking being lazy and acting up and just the same old shit. She deserved more than that. And, I don't think she was gonna like leave me or anything. You know what I mean? But she's the only person that I felt like really loved me in my whole life, and I woke up one day and I was just like, man, fuck this. Like, I would rather fucking die, you know what I mean, than keep doing this shit. Yeah. So I just woke up one day and I remember telling her like, hey, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit drinking. And she was like, yeah, I've heard that before. I was like, yeah, for sure. But I'm going to quit. You know what I mean? And for the next fucking couple weeks, man, I was shaking and fucking feeling sick and feeling fucking sorry for myself and shit. But I just kept being like, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And it just so happened to be like that around that time was the time when my fucking boy, Mikey, was like, yeah, man, like, yeah, you need to sell this shit. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, I need to lock in, bro. I need to lock in. I'm getting old, man. I'm 35. It's now or never type shit, you know? So everything kind of fell into place, man. Everything kind of fell into place. It was weird.
Wow. That's powerful, brother.
Thank you.
Those are in the trench days. I want to ask now, what do you feel like you struggle with now? What do you feel like?
What do I struggle with now? That's a great question, bro. I haven't been asked that question. Damn, that's a good question, bro. Thank you for that question. I think I struggle with this whole success thing is new to me. You know what I mean? And I'm hanging out with people like fucking Israel Adesanya and fucking people that I used to watch on TV and shit, and they know me by my first name. I think I struggle with that.
Yeah.
I struggle because I'm like, fuck, do I just be myself?
Wow.
Or am I like, hey, what's up, man? How are you? And just fucking stay quiet and cool and calm and clear. You know, I don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's a weird feeling, and especially when people walk up to you. Like I was walking up the road the other day getting a coffee, and somebody was like, "Oh my God, Sean!" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I turned around, and they were like, "Oh my God, Sean, how are you, man? How's your cat doing, man? Like I saw you posted about your cat." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Do I know you? Who are you?" And they were like, "Oh, no. I'm just a follower, man. I'm just a follower." And I was just like, "Oh, okay." I was like, fuck, do I remember this person? But it's shit like that. I'm just like, it's, you know, I'm just a normal ass dude. So when that type of shit happens, it's cool. It feels cool. It's like, whoa, cool. But I just struggle with how to handle that, man, because you know, I know how it is. And now that whenever I'm like that with people that I've been watching and shit. I met fucking, what's his name? Frodo. Shout out.
Oh,
Frodo.
yeah.
I met him and I saw him on the street and I was like, hold on a minute. What the fuck? What's up? And he was like, oh, hey, bro, how are you? What's your name? And then I fucking just chopped it up with him like a normal person. And now I'm on the other end of it. You know what I mean? Obviously not as famous as that, but people know me in Auckland. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the other end of it. And I don't want to make people uncomfortable and I don't want to come off as an asshole. I just want to be like, what's up, man? What's your name? Like type shit.
Yeah.
And being comfortable in your own skin with people that you don't know, but they know you.
Yeah. Wow. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's so interesting, actually. I wanna stay there in regards to that whole, the next step of success, because you may have seen or you hear stories of people that switch up once they've reached.
Oh, yep.
Do you feel like you've changed it all or switched up since all these accolades and achievements have come up?
Nah, because I've always been, even when I was young, bro, and I was poor and shit, and I was running around in the street, I've always been like, you know, cocky and real confident about myself. You know what I mean? Like when I was real young, when I was like a teenager, I was real good looking and shit, you know, and I knew it too. And I was like, what's up, girl? You know what I mean? Type shit. But yeah, man, I've always been like this. I've always been like, I guess, you know, they say like you turn up to an 11, you know, I've always been like, I've always kept my personality at a 10, but I guess now it's at 11. And, you know, I want to talk to you about on the same type of shit is like Dan Hooker. You know Dan Hooker?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Crazy as fuck. Whenever I first started like doing this type shit, I was at a Subway in Ponsonby and I saw him and I was like, oh, fuck, bro. No way. That's Dan Hooker. And I went to go like, to talk to him, right? And I was standing behind him, and then he fucking was sitting down and he looked up at me like this. And then I fucking looked at him like this. And I was like, and then I fucking turned around and walked away, dog. I turned around and walked out. And then I was like, bro, what the fuck am I doing, man? And then obviously I started getting more and more traction and more people started to recognize me. And then, Izzy signed up with me and shit. And then I fucking met Dan Hooker again. And I was like, hey, bro, I don't know if you remember this, man, but like I was fucking saw you in a subway and I fucking just got nervous, man. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. And he was just like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? And I was like, huh? I was like, what? I was like, oh, nothing, bro. Nothing, man. I was like, what's up? Yeah. But that's the type of shit, man. It's like, and to think that people are fucking doing that, could be doing that type of shit to me. Hell, and I always tell people, just walk up to me and say, what's up?
Nah, man, I always find it interesting about that next part of success, having yarns with buddy Volkanovski, Izzy,
Volk, man, Volk's a sweet guy, man. That dude is such a nice guy. And it's always like, it's funny, man. It's always like the most like badass motherfuckers, the ones that'll like rip your damn head off, that have the ability to, that are always the nicest fucking people on the planet, man. And big shout out Volk, man.
Yeah, brother. Nah, I completely agree. He'll be on the show one day too.
Oh yeah.
Outside of Mahi, bro, outside of work, what else do you enjoy? I heard you used to be a bit of a streamer. Was it World of Warfare or something?
Yeah, World of Warcraft. Yeah, Warcraft. Yeah. I mean, I just like everybody else is fucked around and streaming, man. But I used to play a lot of video games and shit.
Yo.
Yeah. I would still love to play video games, man, but I don't have much time.
Anything else outside of work now that fills you up?
Bro, all I do is admin shit. All I do is sit in an Excel spreadsheet all day, reply to emails all day. Fucking say, oh yeah, you want to set this up and you want to go here and what about the trailer? You want the trailer here? Well, how about fucking we look at this shop and open this shop? I'm just like, I ain't got much time, man, but I just like chilling, bro. Yeah. I like being in my house. Yeah. Well, my apartment. I don't got a house, but I like being in my apartment because, growing up and running around in the streets all day, I ain't never had a place to kind of just sit and relax and chill. And now that I do, it's real important to me that I have that kind of that experience now.
Yeah, time, right?
Yeah,
solitude, all of that shit. No, I love it.
Yeah.
We got a bit of some fire off questions, bro.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
I mean, I didn't receive a lot of advice, bro. I never received a lot of advice. I think. Yeah, just be yourself, man. Just be yourself. Like I said, not everybody's gonna like you, man. Not everybody's gonna like you, no matter what you do or say. Just be yourself. If you want to fucking dye your hair fucking green and make a mohawk, just do it, bro. Yeah. If you want to get a tattoo on your forehead, just do it. You know what I mean? Nobody is. You're not gonna please 100% of the people that you meet, so it doesn't matter, bro. Do what you want. Life is short as hell.
Worst advice you've ever received?
That's a good one, man, because I get people every single day messaging me, suggesting me, hey, you should make a fucking pizza. You should make a cheeseburger, a broke boy cheeseburger. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That type of shit is the worst advice you could give me. I mean, shout out to people who are invested and want to help and all that. Big shout out.
Yo.
You know what I mean? But people telling me like, I've heard it all, bro. Make a fucking tamale. You know how to make tamales? Yeah, I know how to make a tamale. You should make tamales. You should make a fucking
broke boy pies.
Make a pie. I mean, bro, I get it all the time. Hey, Berea pie. Have you ever thought about a Berea pie? Bro, I've thought about this shit every single day. I think about it every day.
Yeah.
Broke boy sandwiches, broke boy fucking chicken fingers, broke boy. I get it all day.
Oh, I love it. A bit of a networking question.
Yeah.
Who do you know that I should know?
I think I know a lot of people that you should know. I think I know a lot of people that you should know. I mean, that's a good question, bro. But I think maybe I'll even go to opposite end and say no one, bro.
Yo.
No one. Because the person that you should know, maybe you haven't found that person yet. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Real deep shit.
Wow.
Real deep shit.
Oh, shit. Hurt me. Yeah. Future Sean. And I usually ask 5-10 years, where do you want to see yourself? But I want to ask it slightly different. What would future Sean want the Sean today to do?
Ooh. Probably get more sleep, bro. probably try to take a day off every now and then. I mean, I've been going like nonstop since I started, just because I don't really got a choice. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't want to throw any opportunity away. And I guess I can see the vision, and I can see how big it can be. And I don't want to throw that away. I don't feel like I'm killing myself over it. You know what I mean? I'm still pretty young. I'm 38, but yeah, some days I wake up and I am definitely like, somebody will say something to me and I won't even register it.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, huh, what? Like type shit. But yeah, maybe take a fucking easy.
My final question, brother. I want to go back to younger Sean.
Yeah.
Any age.
Yeah.
Can be whatever Sean you want, brother. What's the one thing you'd want to say to him?
It gets better. That's all I would say. It gets better. It will get better. You know? Yeah. Spend more time with your mom, man. Yeah, she ain't gonna be around a long time. Spend more time with her. You know, I was always out running around in the streets and shit, you know, and I guess there's a lot of shit now. I guess don't matter what age your parents pass away, but there's a lot of stuff now that I want to ask her, and I don't have answers for. But yeah, probably spend more time with your mom, and yeah, shit gets better.
Nah, brother, I appreciate your time. I feel like you got a rags to riches story, and what is I feel like so significant about it is, and you've shared it on one of your posts, and it's like it took me 35 years to make a name for myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's so powerful, bro, because there's so much pressure out there at the moment. Like there's 18-year-olds that are like screaming, like, I haven't made a name for myself yet. There's 25-year-olds. Yeah. There's probably 45-year-olds.
Oh,
as well.
Big time. There's 55-year-olds.
Yeah,
I mean, what about like fucking Morgan Freeman? Mm. You know who Morgan Freeman is. Everyone fucking knows who that guy is. Mm. But he didn't start acting till he was like in his 50s or some crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, don't give up. Always keep going. I mean, yeah, I get it all the time. There's people that message me like 22, 23, 24. Hey, man, I fucking, you know, how do I do it? Like, how do I get, I've been struggling. And I'm just like, just don't give up. 24 you're still a baby, bro. I feel like I'm still 38 is still a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All life is, the entirety of life is constant learning. The entirety of it. Don't matter if you're 60, you are still learning shit, bro. Big time. You know what I mean? And yeah, I went from the sticks to the bricks. That's what I say. Yeah. From nothing to something. And I started at the back of the line. You know, I started at the back of the line, and if I can fucking do it, I was smoking cigarettes at 12 years old. I smoked for 20 years, bro. Chain smoking. I was smoking weed. I was drinking. I was getting in fist fights every fucking day, getting expelled from schools. Yeah, man, I was on welfare my whole life, or y'all call it the benefit. I was on the benefit my whole fucking life. You know, I had my best friends in high school dead and gone. My high school sweetheart, Cheyenne Lawless, dead and gone. A lot of my friends in fucking prison and jail, overdose and dead. Like, bro, if I can fucking do it, I got braces. Mm. I got braces at fucking 37 years old. You know what I mean? You can do it. Just your life ain't over at 25, bro. Keep going. Big time. Big time.
I appreciate you, brother. We have a closing tradition on this podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Where the previous guest leaves a question for the next guest, not knowing who they are.
Oh, shit.
So the question for you today, brother, is what is your biggest achievement so far?
I mean, you already know. You already know it's broke boy. Yeah. Yeah, man. Just making my own restaurant. That's for sure. That's a tough one, man, because I could go a little deeper, man.
Hit me, bro.
I could go a little deeper. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. How about I tell you this? When I was in high school, when I was like 15, the principal, because I was getting in fights and shit, and I was in the principal's office, and the principal said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I fucking looked that dude dead in the eye and I said, "Alive. That's what I want to be." Because everyone I knew and where I was from, I thought 30 years old was old as hell. That was ancient to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'd say probably the biggest achievement is turning 30 and yeah, getting sober. Yeah, getting sober. I couldn't have done it without getting sober. Moving to New Zealand. I fuck with the people, all the Kiwis, nicest people on the planet. Yeah, big fucking shout out everybody in New Zealand, man. Treated me real good and accepted me with open arms when they didn't have to. They could have been like, "Man, fuck this dude. You know, we don't know who the fuck you are." And no, it wasn't like that. Everybody really fucks with me, and I feel like I'm a Kiwi, like big time, you know. And the country of New Zealand is really important to me. And I take a lot of pride in living here and being here and representing, you know, a real success story.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And only just getting started.
Only just beginning.
That's us, brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Sean, any final words, brother?
Yeah, pull up to my shop, eat a taco, man. Yeah.
Where can they find you, bro? Socials.
Yeah, at Broke Boy Taco on Instagram and TikTok. And Facebook, Broke Boy Taco NZ. Yeah, reach out to me, DM me if you got any questions, for sure.
Thank you for being so open today as well. I learned so many new
100%.
things about you as well, my brother.
100%.
I know it's going to help some people too. So
yeah,
thank you.
I hope so.
All right, team, that concludes another episode of The Martin Show. If you've made it this far, please hit that subscribe button. We'll leave Sean's details below as well. Broke Boy Taco. Go pick up a plate and North Shore, get excited. We'll list the _The Martin Show right here. Please share this episode if you feel like it helps someone. We'll be back next week for another ep. Kia ora, team. Thank you.